Have you ever wondered why we itch? It's a sensation that everyone experiences, but what really goes on when we feel that familiar tingle? Well, it turns out that itching, or pruritus if you want to be scientific about it, is not as simple as it seems. It's a complex sensation that involves a whole host of nerves and chemical signals in the brain. Yes, that's right. Your brain is deeply involved in every itch you feel. It's like a grand orchestra, with every itch being a unique symphony of signals and responses. Now, you might think of itching as a mere annoyance, something that happens when a mosquito bites or when you touch poison ivy, but it's more than just an irritation. Itching can be a symptom, a signal from your body that something is not quite right. It may be as simple as an allergic reaction, or it could be a sign of something more serious, like kidney disease. The itch you feel is your body's way of saying, "Hey, pay attention!" Here's another surprising fact: itching isn't always about the skin. It can also occur in other parts of the body, like the nose, eyes, and throat. This type of itching, known as systemic itching, can be especially tricky to deal with because the cause is often not as obvious as a bug bite or a rash. And let's not forget about the psychological aspect of itching. Ever noticed how stress, anxiety, and depression can make you itch more? That's because the mind and the skin are closely connected, and emotions can influence how we perceive itching. So, the next time you feel an itch, remember that it's more than just skin deep. It's a complex process, a conversation between your nerves, your brain, and your skin. It can be a symptom, a warning sign, or just your body's response to an irritant. But no matter what, it's a part of being human. So, itching is more than just skin deep. It's a complex process that can indicate something more serious. Did you know that itching can occur in parts of the body other than the skin? Yes, you heard it right. Let's delve a bit deeper into the unseen itch. Imagine having an itch in your eye, your nose, or even your throat. Sounds peculiar, right? But it's more common than you might think. We often associate itching with skin irritations, but it can actually occur in many other parts of the body. The same nerves that send itch signals from your skin are also present in these areas, leading to those uncomfortable sensations. Now let's talk about the psychological aspect of itching. Itching isn't just a physical sensation, it's a psychological one as well. Our mind plays a significant role in how we perceive and respond to itching. Stress, anxiety, and depression can all exacerbate the sensation of itching. When we're stressed, our body produces more of the hormones that can trigger itching. Similarly, anxiety and depression can make us more sensitive to itch sensations. It becomes a vicious cycle. The more we itch, the more stressed we get, and the more stressed we get, the more we itch. This relationship between our mental health and itching is a fascinating area of research. Studies suggest that managing stress and anxiety might help some people find relief from chronic itching. So if you're dealing with persistent itching, it might be worth exploring stress management techniques or speaking to a mental health professional. Moreover, it's not just our mental health that can influence itching, our physical health can too. Certain health conditions, such as allergies, kidney disease, and even some types of cancer, can cause itching. That's why it's essential to see a healthcare provider if you're dealing with persistent or unexplained itching. So itching really is more than skin deep. It can affect other parts of the body and even our mental health. When we itch, our first instinct is to scratch, but did you know that scratching can actually make itching worse in the long run? It's a perplexing paradox that has puzzled many. You see, scratching is a reflex response designed to protect us from potential harm. When we scratch, we momentarily feel relief because scratching can interfere with the itch signals traveling to our brain. However, this relief is fleeting. In reality, scratching intensifies the itch sensation. That's because it causes minor damage to our skin, which in turn sparks inflammation and increases the release of histamines, chemicals in our body that trigger itching. So, while scratching might soothe the itch initially, it creates a vicious cycle of more itching and more scratching. Now here's another fascinating fact. Did you know that older people tend to itch more than younger ones? This is primarily due to the fact that as we age, our skin becomes drier and more susceptible to itch-inducing factors. Dry skin doesn't retain moisture as well, and this lack of moisture can lead to itching. Additionally, certain health conditions that are more common in older adults, such as diabetes or kidney disease, can also cause itching. So, if you're of a certain age and find yourself scratching more often than not, you're not alone. And let's talk about the role of water temperature. You might think that a hot shower would soothe an itch, but it can actually make things worse. Hot water can strip the skin of its natural oils, leading to dryness and subsequently itching. So, If you're dealing with persistent itching, it might be a good idea to turn down the heat a notch during your next shower. So next time you feel the urge to scratch, remember that it might just be making things worse. Instead, try to find the root cause of your itch and address that. After all, understanding is the first step to overcoming. Let's look at some more interesting facts about itching. It's a common sensation, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. You see, itching can be triggered by a variety of internal and external factors. Internally, allergies, skin conditions, and other medical issues can make you itch. Externally, insect bites, chemicals, and irritants can make your skin cry out for a scratch. It's a fascinating interplay between your body and your environment, with your nervous system acting as the referee. But here's where things get really interesting. Did you know that itching can also be a symptom of serious diseases? That's right. In some cases, an itch can be a sign of cancer, kidney disease, or liver disease. It's your body's way of telling you that something's wrong, a cry for help that you shouldn't ignore. So, if you have persistent or severe itching, it's always a good idea to consult a doctor. Now, on to the million-dollar question: how do you treat itching? Well, the answer depends on what's causing it. If it's a skin condition or an allergy, topical creams or medications may be the answer. If it's a more serious medical condition, you may need specific treatment for that condition. And of course, avoiding whatever triggers your itch is always a good strategy. In some cases, lifestyle changes can also help. Keeping your skin moisturized, for instance, can prevent dryness-induced itch. Using mild soaps and detergents can also help, as can avoiding hot showers, which can dry out your skin. But remember, while scratching might provide temporary relief, it can also make the itching worse in the long run. It's a paradox, but that's the nature of itching. Itching is a complex sensation, but with the right treatment, it's usually manageable. So, the next time you feel an itch, remember, there's a whole world of science beneath your skin waiting to be explored. So, how can you manage itching? Here are some tips that might help. First, resist the urge to scratch. Though it might provide immediate relief, scratching can actually intensify the itch and cause skin irritation. It's a vicious cycle. The more you scratch, the itchier you become. So try to keep those hands away from the itchy spots. Next, consider cooling the itchy area. Applying a cold compress or taking a cool shower can help to soothe the itch. The cold temperature can numb the nerves that transmit the itch signals to your brain, providing some temporary relief. Maintaining well-hydrated skin is another key strategy. Dry skin can exacerbate the itch, so regular use of moisturizers can help. Opt for fragrance-free, hypoallergenic products to minimize potential skin irritants. Identifying and avoiding your itch triggers is also crucial. These triggers could be anything: certain fabrics, specific foods, or even stress. If you notice a pattern in what causes your itch, try to steer clear of that trigger. Lastly, don't hesitate to consult a healthcare professional if your itch is severe or persistent. Itching can sometimes be a symptom of underlying medical conditions, and it's important to get it checked out. Doctors can prescribe treatments tailored to your specific cause of itch, from topical creams and ointments to oral medications. But remember, everyone's skin is unique, and what works for one person might not work for another. It's all about finding what works best for you, through trial and error and patience. Remember, if you're struggling with itching, there are ways to manage it. Don't hesitate to seek help if you need it.